So I'm a trained journalist, and when a lot of people hear that, they're always like, how are you here? Why are you not practicing? How did you get here? Why are you not working? And just things like that. So I'm going to use this video to explain to you how I got myself here. A lot of you must have heard my journalism story and just a couple of things about it, but I don't know if I've ever really talked about how I got here on this channel, so I decided to do that today. So this video was actually influenced by some two young girls who came and they were talking about what they were studying in school. 18-year-olds who had just passed the GCE. They're talking about what they were studying in school. One was like, I'm doing this because I really like it, I've always liked it. And then another one was like, it's my mom, it's my parents that basically got me here. So it just made me to think, like, why did I study what I studied in the university? How did I get here? And why did I quit? So if you like to see, because I feel like this is a video that people need a lot, because a lot of children are going to schools and picking programs, some that they don't like, some that because their parents told them to do it, and just a lot of things like that. So I feel like this video might just help somebody out there who is in that situation where they don't want to do something and their parents are forcing them, or they want to do something and they don't have enough information about. I'm going to share my story with you, and maybe this is going to help you to guide somebody in your life or all that. So that said, if you like to see all I have to say on this video, keep watching. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenna and I am a Cameroonian content creator. I'm based in Douala, Cameroon. You are highly welcome. Please consider clicking on that subscribe button before you continue watching, because you might start watching, get carried away and forget to do so. So please, pretty please click on that subscribe button. That said, if you also do not like sit down videos like this, I do vlogs, I do restaurant reviews, I do a couple of things on this channel. So I think you're going to find at least one thing you really like on here. That said, let me move straight into the video. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my whole journalist story and how I got here, right? Because a lot of people always wonder, Kenna, why are you no longer a journalist? Why are you not looking for a job as a journalist? Why? I know on my channel I've talked about it a few times, but today I just want to sit and talk about the whole thing. So growing up, you know the way kids will be like, I want to be a journalist, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this, I want to be that. I really never had something I wanted to be, and I feel like I'm still that way, because I just wanted to have money, guys. That is it. Simple, easy, breezy. I can remember for the longest time I just wanted to have money. I never took out time to study, to look like, okay, this is what you have to do if you want to become a this or that. I just wanted money. And also our environment, we grew up in situations where you see somebody who studied medicine but the person is an accountant. Like what we studied in school really did not match. So for me, I was just like, can I just go to school, pass, when you finish you get your degree, you're going to fit yourself inside anywhere and you're going to make money, because that was how I always saw it. Yeah, so I kept going. But growing up, my parents thought I was going to be a doctor. They wanted me to be a doctor and all that. But when I got into secondary school, guys, it was so difficult for me. Sciences were not just going, I was going more towards the art studies. So I just pursued that. I did arts and all that. And then when I got to high school, there were these how they call them, counselors, university counselors, who used to come to our school to just talk to us about the whole, this, if you want to study this is what you have to do. If you want to study this in the university, this is what you do. And I can remember the person that came from the University of Boya to come and talk about journalism and mass communication, the way he had talked about it, your points, how the program is and all that. I basically fell in love with it. At this point, I was thinking that I was probably going to go to the university, do law, just to get my degree, and then I bounce into any sector, right? But when this person came and talked about journalism, I fell in love with it. I was like, okay, you need 9 points to go there. I'm going to have the 9 points. I'm going to have everything, and I am going to do that journalism. That is how I found myself in it. It was not like it's a whole passion, something I've dreamt about, something I've wanted to do all my life. It was not like that with me. It just happened that I really enjoyed the way that man had spoken about it, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I now go into the university and I start studying it. It was not bad, it was okay. I liked it. Journalism and mass communication is not that difficult course to do in the university. For me, it was pretty easy. I was doing well, I wasn't complaining, right? And then the first year went well. Second year, guys, when you go to the second year in journalism and mass communication, you have to do internship. I'm sure in other programs as well, your second year you have to do internship. So it was then that I started looking at it like, is this thing really for me? So to do internships, you have to send out applications to different radio stations, TV stations, to come and do internship or work as a communication officer in any company, right? At that point, communication officer wasn't really a thing. I won't say it wasn't really a thing, but it wasn't that popular. We were concentrating mostly on the journalism part because they teach you how to be a communication officer and also a journalist, but it was mostly the journalism part that was out there. So I was just like, okay, I'm not ready to start going into the office. I felt like I'm not ready to go out there to the office, to start working in an office, and that I was tense. I was imagining myself going to the radio. I used to hear some people who were 1 year ahead of me talking on the radio and all that. So I was just like, I'm not ready for this. So I took the easy way out. I decided to just work with the school newspaper. There they don't have to see your face. There's no pressure. So we really did not do much for that internship. The internship passed. The third year, no, I'm sorry, in journalism and mass communication, the first year you do internship, the second year you do internship. So the second year I still went to the radio, and I kind of blame my big cousin for this because he was the head of department and he was just pampering me. So he would have kicked my butt out there, but anyway, he's not responsible for my actions. But he was like, okay, Kenna, you want to do your internship at the radio? No problem. So I did my 2 internships in school, and that was not allowed. Normally you had to do only 1 internship in school, and then the other one you had to do somewhere. I did not do it. So I discovered during that short internship that I'm not feeling this, and it was for a radio station. That is Chariot radio station, the school radio station. Oh my god, guys, the nerves. But it did not feel that bad. I felt like it was something that I could get comfortable with. But the second I started doing it, I was not just feeling it. I was not enjoying it. I thought I was going to enjoy it more, but I did not just enjoy it. So I finished everything, did my 4 years in the university, left. Yeah, you don't have to do 4 years in university. I did 4 years, story for another day. So I did my 4 years in the university, left, and came out to the job market. The way the market was, my first job was a journalism job at the radio. I really did not have a problem with it. I felt a little comfortable because I was working with people I knew and they were guiding me. So it was not that bad, but I was being baby. So I worked there, but because of the timing and everything, I was exhausted and I had to go back to school. So I had left. And then after my failed master's in Yaoundé, I came back to Douala and I started looking for a job actively. That is when I got my real journalism experience. That is when I worked for 2 years at a TV station. And that is when I made the decision that I was not caught up for this. I don't like being a journalist. I did not want to do it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead now and just give you the reasons why I feel like journalism is not for me. So the very first thing is kind of connected to the internship whole thing. So I did not think it through. I went ahead to do this program without thinking it through. I did not think like, okay, how is this going to be? I didn't think it through. I was just like, oh, seeing people talk on the TV, it looks nice. Yeah, I want to do it. I did not think what it meant. I did not go through it to understand. You get, if I had done internships, I would have figured out. So I feel like before you choose a program to do, you want to look like for a mentor or somebody who is already in that field, to talk to the person, to work with the person so that you get to understand. I feel like because of this, I've gotten this obsession of understanding how people's jobs go. You'd see me when I see like a hairdresser, I want to see how her work goes. I want to understand. If I see an accountant, I want to understand. If I see somebody who is an engineer, I want to understand. I find it fascinating trying to understand how these people's work go, their work hours and all that, how they manage, how they make things to come out the way things come out. I am obsessed with that because I feel like that's something I did not do when I went into the journalism field. I did not take out time to understand. Oh, you're seeing these people talking on TV. When did they shoot it? Was it live? Like, I did not know any of that. Do they have public holidays when you're sitting in your house? Are these people there or did they record it? I did not. So I feel like I blindsided myself because nobody did that. I went into this thing without really knowing how it works, and I feel like it's really important that if you want to do a course, if you want to study something, you should go to the field. You should have somebody who is doing it to make you understand exactly how this thing works. In that way, when you're getting yourself in there, you know what to expect. That is something that I never did. So another thing is, I did not think about the working hours. Okay, I did not think about the working hours. I did not think ahead. I did not think how the working hours might affect me in the future, present, and all that. For me, I'll tell you anytime, any day, journalism jobs are not good for moms. If you're a mom, being a journalist is going to be so exhausting, so tiring, because you will not have time for your children, especially if you want to be a hands-on mom. Being a journalist, I don't feel like it's the best job for moms because, one, the working hours. For example, when I used to work in the TV station, you get up in the morning. If you're doing the morning show, for example, it starts at 6 a.m. So by 5 a.m. you should be in the studio. By 6 a.m. the thing starts, and then if you're reading the news by 8 p.m. you should be at the office. So it's the working hours for me were not just, it was not just given. And then also journalists don't have Christmas, they don't have public holidays, because on those days like Christmas and public holidays, that's when many people are watching, that's when more people are watching. So you cannot now leave your job because, oh, I want to go and spend time with my family. When I was working at the radio station, at the TV station, sorry, you need to choose. Either you celebrate Christmas or you celebrate New Year. So if you celebrate New Year, you're going to be working on Christmas Day, and if you celebrate Christmas, you're going to be working on New Year's Day. So those are the things that for me, when I looked at it, like, okay, now I'm a mom, so I want to get up on Christmas Day and I'm telling my kids, sorry, I have to go and work. Geez, it was like, it's not just giving me what it's supposed to give. I always say that if I want to do like a journalism job, I can still do it, but I would like to do like a part-time job, for example, where I have a show on TV that I go, I present my show, I leave. We had people who used to do that, like they were not full-time workers, but if you're a full-time worker, that is how the program looks like. So I'm just like, this is completely not for me. Harassment is real. Being a female journalist, guys, it used to be so frustrating sometimes. You go to interview some men, the men are like, if you don't give me a number, I'm not going to talk to you. The men are like, come and meet me here, come and meet me in this place so that I can give you the information. People are harassing you, from the people you're going to interview to the people you're working with. I know harassment is kind of a normal thing in workplaces here in Cameroon, but I feel like it was heightened. And then you're more out there, you're a public person, like a lot of people recognize you, a lot of people are in your DMs, a lot of people want to get to know you. Like the harassment is real. So I was like, is this something I really want? No, like it gets exhausting. You start feeling like you're an object. It was so exhausting. I don't know, some people tend to be like, oh, it makes me feel beautiful, like I'm this hot girl, but no, that was not me. I used to hate it so much. People just see you. People have this impression about journalists that they're cheap women because they don't pay journalists well. They just sleep around for money. So people are trying harder than the devil to just get into your pants, and it is so annoying. So that was one thing about it that I was just like, no. Another thing about being a journalist is that it comes with a lot of fame, but no money. So a lot of people know you, like, oh my God, that's Kenna Kuma from STV, that's Kenna Kuma, she's a journalist. A lot of people know you, but guys, there is no money in journalism. If anybody is telling you that, oh, I make a lot of money as a journalist, that person is lying to you. Journalists in Cameroon don't make money. There is not enough money. When I'm talking money, I'm talking like, if you see a journalist that they're paying the journalist just like 500k, and for me, that's like the bare minimum, 500k. It means that the journalist has real stuff. Journalists are poorly paid. So a lot of journalists depend on the gombos. When you go to do interviews, the money people give you, and then they do MC work jobs and things like that. That's where journalists have their money. But to be a journalist, to sit in that office, there's no money there. Like, I looked at myself and I'm like, this is me, Kenna, who wants to be super rich, eh? And the funny thing about being a journalist is that you're working, you don't have time to even hustle or do any other thing. So you have to survive only on that. And then a lot of people are like, oh, you're popular, we see you on TV, so they expect you to look in a certain way. You will not be climbing on the bike anyhow, because people can recognize you, like, this is a big journalist at this place. Why is she doing this? Why are you looking like this? So it comes with a lot of fame and no money. So I'm just like, who wants to be living like this? Please, I'd rather be working somewhere that I have my average salary or the same salary, and people don't know me like that. I can do as I please, I can act as I please. I'm not an example. There were situations where I had people in the TV station who would wear the same dress over and over, and people watching them will insult them. Oh, you're always wearing this one shirt, you're always wearing this, you're always wearing that. Where do we have money to dress as you want? So for me, that was like, is that something I really like? Like, no, I don't want to be in this situation. And then last but not least, I've already talked about it, the whole public holidays situation. So because of all these guys, I just decided that, you know what, being a journalist is really not for me. I know for me it wasn't worth it. I love being a hands-on mom. I love being there a lot for my kids. So being a journalist, I feel like having a job 9 to 5 for me, Monday to Friday, is the perfect job for me as a mom, so that I come back from work after 5, I chill with the kids, I take care of them, I still have the strength. But with a journalism job, if I'm supposed to come back at 9, 10, the kids have already slept and things like that. So for me, it was not working. That is why I let it go. So yeah, guys, that is it. These are my reasons. What do you think? Do you feel like the reasons make sense, or to you, you're just like, Kenna, that is just lazy reasoning, you are making no sense? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. Please do not forget to click on that subscribe button. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I am going to see you on my next one. Love you. Bye. Mwah.